Anyway, so Orphan.
Yes.
You have done Goal 2,
Right.
Living the Dream, out of
Yes.
the native Spain
Yes.
for soccer, and
Yeah.
House of Wax.
Right.
Now, Orphan's obviously more in the vein of House of Wax.
Yeah.
Do you have a thing for horror, or is this the way it's going now?
No, no. Like, I like horror. I always liked horror. I never set out to be a horror director. You know, I wanted to be a good director. You know, I did House of Wax. I enjoyed it. I'm very proud of it. I think it's, you know, to this day, a little bit underrated. You know, because I think it's better than what it did in the box office. But after House of Wax, I wanted to do something completely different. So I went to Spain and I did a soccer movie. I'm a soccer fanatic, so I had a great time doing that. And when I came back to LA, I just wanted to do a good movie, you know. And when I read the script of Orphan, it didn't matter if it, you know, what genre it was, because I was so captivated by the characters, you know, and how well written it was. You know, and then obviously the twist at the end, you know, it was very rare for me to read something that I didn't expect.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away, obviously, but it's one of those movies, kind of like The Sixth Sense, in that afterwards, when you find out that the twist, there are things in the beginning that click.
Exactly. That's, you know, that's why it's so well constructed, and, you know, obviously, you know, there's a lot of time and energy into directing a movie, so everything else is really well thought out, you know, and this movie is made by smart people for smart people, you know, so people, when they see it, they really appreciate that.
But it's more than just for smart people, because there are some pretty wrenching scenes there too. You certainly give the audience of horror films what they're expecting.
You know, you have to, and we play with conventions a little bit, especially in the beginning of the movie, you know, so later we can break those conventions. You know, we just didn't want this to be your typical movie, and I think we did that. We accomplished that, and that comes from the script, you know, and the performances of Vera Farmiga, Peter Sarsgaard, Isabel Fuhrman, which are just fantastic. You don't generally see this level of acting in a movie like this.
That's true. You certainly have attracted a lot of talent. In fact, you might have to create a new genre. You know, it's kind of psychological thriller with horror conventions that are turned on their ear.
Yeah,
a little bit.
with great actors.
Yeah, because you certainly there's certainly homage to some of the horror conventions.
Yeah.
Like even of the heroine at the end, for instance, or
Yes.
the evil child.
Yeah.
But there's differences too.
Yeah, I think, you know, there are a lot of movies in the 70s that were horror that fit the bill, you know, of all of what you described. You know, I think that later on movies, or, you know, got a little bit more stereotypical, but if you work on the script, I think you know, and on the movie, you can accomplish like a great piece of work.
Now, as a director, when you're working on that, and obviously with a lot of creative people, how much control do you have in the end? I've heard these horror stories about maybe the editor at the end took something out that was a pet idea of a director. How involved in the
Pet idea? I'm very involved. I have not rested a day for 2 years making this movie, and I've been involved in every single decision. And the movie that's out there is the movie that I wanted to make.
It's the first time you've sat down in a year.
Pretty much. Like, I finished the movie 2 weeks ago, and I've been involved with it like every day, pretty much, you know. And it's been crazy, and I'm very lucky to work with a producer like Joel, who gives me that freedom, you know. And we have a great relationship because of that.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention, but before we go, is, and I'm assuming this is your hand in it as well, that you take even common day things and make them scary. That, again, I won't give it away, but there's a scene in a playground,
right? And
even swings and this everyday sounds have take on a new menace, a new feel.
Yeah, I mean, when, you know, in the nature of the script is that, you know, you are basically with children, you know, so you have to make everything around them scary and creepy, you know, and those are, you know, very common places and objects. So I think the basis of fear is for us as an audience to be able to relate to what's happening, and if what we're seeing is like common objects that we might have in our house, or, you know, or around us, I think that it's more effective.
It's one of those things that will stay with you long after you leave.
It gets under your
goes home and moves that medicine cabinet mirror and
Yes.
moves it back and
Yeah.
hears those sounds in their home. So
Exactly.
very good movie. Had a whole room of critics hooting and hollering at the screen, so that's got to be a good thing.
Good. I like to get back to the critics once in a while.
There we go.
All right.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay.